Hello, folks, and welcome to, first of all, let me wish each and every one of you a Happy New Year. We're doing this show in December, so that's why you see us with the Santa Claus, but it will be aired in January. So all of you people out there, Happy Holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a Happy New Year. And I have two great guests here. On my left is Senior Claus from the Senior Center, and Paul Amirault from the Senior Center as well. And before I go into anything I have to say, I'd like to turn it over to Senior Claus. By the way, I hope you had a nice Christmas.
I had a wonderful Christmas,
Good.
and we had a great Christmas party at the Senior Center, our temporary home, the Matolo Post, as you know.
Yes, I happened to be there with my little elves, and we had a wonderful time.
Yep, and Paul's been there, and he's been helping you select some musical arrangements that have been fantastic for all the seniors that have been attending.
Right, Paul, thank you for that.
Yep.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know, Santa, we've been at the Senior Center.
Excuse me for 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Senior Claus, the real Santa is not here. He's busy right now getting ready for delivery.
Sounds good to me.
Which he did, you know, when I say getting ready for delivery, that was before in December. He's already delivered everything. And by the way, I just want to say nothing. You know that song, I Got Nothing for Christmas?
Yeah.
Fits me to a T. So good.
So now that we're in the Back to the Future mode here, as they say.
Right.
You know, I just want to talk about what we did at the home away from home for the Senior Center, which has been the Matola Post, right, Paul?
That's right.
Right,
That's
Santa?
right.
And we've been over there about a month now, and it's been very challenging, but at the same time, you know, one of the things I wanted to express to people out there watching the show is seniors have been very adaptable, and they've been great because, let's face it, you know, you get used to your routine, you're used to your own table, you're used to going to the Winthrop Ave address at a certain time every time you come to the Senior Center, and now it's completely different. And I think that it just gives testimony to their fortitude, to the fact that they are adaptable, and the fact that they can deal with any kind of thing going on, you know. And as you know, Santa, you know, you've even played a lot of music there. It's not quite the same for you either.
You're right. You're right. It's wavy in and wavy out.
It's
over the Wi-Fi.
Well, I just want to let the folks know out there that as we're taping this show, if that's all right to say, the roof repair is being done at the Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center. They're stripping the roof as we speak, and it's an amazing process. I've actually looked down from the North Pole, and also, while everybody was sleeping, have climbed up the ladder, went through the hatch, and I looked at the roof. There's about 4 feet of layers that were on that roof, which is amazing. And that's why the reindeer weren't able to land smoothly, because there were gaps in the roof because they've been repairing it over the Christmas holiday.
That's why they parked downstairs below?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. But getting back to the Matola Post, we've had great hosts at the Matola Post. John Ross, the manager at the Matola Post, has been fantastic. Sammy Oresco, who is the resident cook there, as everybody knows, he's a great chef, prepares great meals for people. He's been fortunate enough to have us there, but at the same time, we've been extremely grateful for his hospitality in sharing a very small kitchen. But we've made the hot lunch program continue. We've been averaging about 50 people, right, Paul?
That's right. That's right. And it's good. And you've had help. And I saw Chuck actually cooking, you know, some of those onion rings, and they were delicious.
Yeah. You know, the thing is,
Everybody pitches in.
Yeah, we've been a little short-handed in the kitchen staff because of illness. So the staff and other volunteers have been great, right, Santa?
You betcha.
I mean, you see them out there working,
Right.
running around.
You know, I'd like to say something else. Paul, you are a Vietnam veteran, so first of all, let me thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, you were also a captain. Let me thank you for that. Now, you're going to be doing something at our Senior Center sometimes in February or as we go along. Tell the folks out there what it is.
Well, basically, since we have so many veterans, in fact, not only veterans, it's
Right.
just people. We have so many people that actually partake the benefits of the Senior Center. We're trying to open up a program where once a month we interview one of the people that go almost every day to the Senior Center. So basically, I'm going to come back here to Revere TV. They're going to give me a refresher course in how do you operate all that equipment. I plan to bring it over to the senior center whenever we get back there. And if we can't, maybe we'll even do it at the Matola Post if we have the right outlets to be able to hook it up. And we'll talk to people, and we'll go from there. And basically, everybody has a story, and what we're going to try to do is make a program out of one particular person each month. Now, whether that's a person who's been a veteran, or whether it's a person who's just elderly and comes a participant in the senior center, we want their story too.
That's a great idea, Paul, and I want to thank you for doing that.
Well, that's my plan. I plan to implement this, and I have had training. I have had some shows where I've worked and used the equipment, but I had so much help that I feel that I'm not professional. I want to continue and get more help. Once I go through the training again, then I'll go in and I'll feel more comfortable about, you get one mic for you and one mic for the person. You get, there are things, and you have to make sure the camera is on. You got to be able to look at it, and you got to make sure the batteries are up to date, and there's a lot of stuff to learn. And again, this is all new to me, so
it won't be new to you, Paul, because once you put the batteries in to get the equipment going, you'll get a real charge out of it.
Well, that's a good line. I like that.
Okay.
But the good thing is, now you mentioned, you don't know when we're going to get back, and we don't have a firm date yet. But I will tell you something very exciting, and I brought this newsletter here because people in the audience, you guys have seen this.
Yes.
This is a nice yellow color, okay? So when you come down to tape in February, I know we'll be back in February. If you come in January, people are going to be surprised that when they walk in the senior center, because they're going to be greeted by a beautiful new paint job. The entire dining room, the vestibules where the coat room is.
When you say the entire dining room, you mean the whole?
The whole dining room. When you first walk into the first floor, right through the door, that little hallway, if people are familiar with the senior center, where Dottie Mulo sits selling the crafts, and the elevator is on the right, and there's a little coat room on the right.
Yep.
That's all freshly painted, okay? When you turn the corner and you look at this dining room, on TV it might look extremely bright, but it's a very cherry, freshly painted coat of paint. And then if you took a right to go into the restroom area, there's a little hallway, as you guys know.
Yep.
That's all newly painted. And if you're going towards the kitchen, in the exit door, where the exit door is going out the side, that's all freshly painted. So it's going to be really nice to see the expression on seniors when they walk in. And getting back to what you were talking about, it will be so nice when you come down to film, or to tape, I should say, in this new environment, No, it's something that really needed. And I think, Santa, you're going to really like where you are. You've been a fixture at the Senior Center for over 35 years, but it's all going to be redone for you as well, and your area is going to look much better than it ever did. So I think with your...
You mean I won't be getting no tickets for trash anymore?
No, you won't. You won't. And one of the things that I'm trying to do as we prepare to put everything back on the walls, and we're going to actually redo the floor strip and redo the floors so it'll be nice and bright and clean, is we're going to cut back on the things that are on the wall. So, you're going to have your corner with a beautiful Veterans Corner.
Yep.
It's going to look very nice. We're going to have that Senior Power sign back up above the cutout, looking into the over the dining room, because it's blue and it's yellow, so it's going to fit in really nice with the background of this yellow color.
Beautiful.
And I want to do something different with the flags that we have. We have the American flag and the Vietnam Veterans flag. All right. Currently, they are vertically hung. I want to hang them horizontally. The American flag and then the POW flag.
Right.
And I think it'll look nicer, I think.
I would like to thank Joe DeAntremont. I hope I got your name right, Joe, who we had on the TV show. Thanks to the TV show, we've gotten a lot of good things.
Right.
And Joe presented the Senior Center, and the Senior Center alone with that POW flag.
Right.
But Joe, I know you're in the hospital, or were in the hospital, so I hope you get well, and we'll all from us from the Senior Center wish you a happy, healthy New Year,
Right.
But most of all, get well.
I just want to revert back to the paint job that we have, okay? It's been very tedious. I have not done it. I bought all the paint and everything, but there's a man named Salvi Coriali,
Oh, sure, I
okay,
know
who is a
Salvi.
part-time maintenance man at our facility. He has done an incredible job painting, so I just want to give out a shout to him. He's very meticulous. He's very neat. He knows how to cut those corners, cut along the ceiling.
Yep,
you
I
know.
watched him do it.
You've seen him do it. He's like Michelangelo up there, you know. And I also want to thank Jim Carlton, who is our van driver. He provided the ladders, so we wouldn't have to go out and rent ladders or go looking for ladders. He has some nice, sturdy, big ladders that have allowed us to make it a little bit more smooth. So it's a good thing.
Don't forget our next driver, Frank, too.
Oh, I want to mention the two drivers. You know, we have two guys who drive, and one is Jim Carlton, the other is Frank Sabio. As people know out there, even during this temporary location move, we are still taking people to and from the Matolo post and to and from outside appointments. So if you're coming for breakfast, which we serve, as well as lunch, each of these drivers may pick you up. They're very courteous, they're very safe drivers. They really, like the rest of the staff, are very passionately involved in making sure that seniors are safe, that they have a good time, and that they're well cared for. And I think our two drivers are fantastic.
I agree on that.
And I think that people appreciate them, and I certainly, as Senior Claus, appreciate them. I also want to give a shout out to the people in the office, Marisa Curiali, Lois Diamond, Marianne Moore. They're fantastic, and the way we've had to operate has been a little bit difficult, you know, because we've kept one or two people in the office at Winthrop Ave while the roof is being done, and everybody else, whether it be Marianne or Lois or Maria in the kitchen or Chuck Mackin or myself or whoever the volunteers are. We've had a number of volunteers. I'd hate to name them because I'd lose some of the names. I won't remember them. But we've had to take turns cooking, and it's been a little tedious, but they've done a fantastic job, and I'm very fortunate that we have a great staff. I just want to wish a new year to a couple of people that have been out with illnesses. As you know, we have 3 people who work in the kitchen. Maria Lacciardi, who is has been with us throughout, but I know that Angela Toscano has been out since September, and we wish her well in her recovery, as well as Loretta Papa. She has been out, but I think probably by the time this show is, she may be back. And I think I've mentioned everybody on the staff, so that's a good thing.
Right, I'd like to mention a few people, too, that are ones that are sick, but they do not work for the senior center, but they set our table. One is Netta Rossi. I hope she gets well real soon,
Yeah.
Netta. If you're out there listening, take care of yourself. Now, before we do, I would like to get into something, but Paul, I want you to spend a few minutes and speak about what you think of the senior center, or what you would like to see a senior center as a senior yourself.
Well, actually, I'm completely impressed by the senior center, because every time that I've had the opportunity to be able to go there, the food has been terrific, and I enjoy helping the seniors myself. And for veterans, having been a veteran twice and in the service a couple of times.
Oh,
and
they
I
threw
think,
you out the first time?
No, but I've been in twice anyway, 60 to 62, and then also 68 and
Oh, I didn't know that.
69. That was Vietnam, yeah. But anyhow, what I'm really saying is that even any time I've been involved, and I've retired 4 times from 4 different situations. I spent over 30 years at Hanscom Air Force Base. I retired from Raytheon, who did a lot of business with the military.
Right.
And I also ended up at Draper Labs, which is like a think tank, and I retired from a company that was one of the contractors. A lot of people don't realize that in Massachusetts, the leading place of having jobs, having contractors, is Hanscom Air Force Base. There's more companies involved with the military and Hanscom than anywhere else in Massachusetts. A lot of people don't even understand that. They don't know it. So what I'm saying is that basically, even when I was at Draper Labs, there were people there that sent packages overseas, and they helped the veterans, and they did it from New Hampshire or wherever. And I was always, when they saw me, they could ask me for something, and I'd always hand them some money to help, because that's what it takes. And I'm doing the same thing actually in Winthrop. We got people in Winthrop. There's a gentleman out there named Richie Honan, and he's doing amazing things.
Right, he's from Winthrop.
And one of the things that he did for me was he actually made sure that I have a grandson who's in Quezon, Korea, as we speak, and the package went to him too, for him and his people, the people that he works with. So it's all good. And like I said, that's all I have to hear. And even in your situations, when I go by the jar, you're looking for money for the vets, I put money in the vets.
All right, I just want to, I don't want to kind of go back to the senior center type
Go ahead,
things. Not
go
that that isn't important, believe me. But I want people out there to realize that, you know, since we had moved over, we had to cut out and suspend a lot of programs at the senior center, which is very unfortunate. However, they will all be coming back, okay? I want people out there to know to make sure you keep an eye on revere.org, which has an update on its homepage about what's happening at the senior center. You look at the Revere Journal and the Revere Advocate, okay? You can call the senior center. It's 781-286-8156 to find out what's happening, when they think we're going to, when we're going to go back. And just keep eyes and ears out through word of mouth. Seniors are great for spreading the word. All the activities that we had in the past, the Zumba, the 2 different Zumba classes, the Thai ball Tai Chi, the yoga and meditation, Sharon's 2 workout classes, the beginner's exercise with Nancy, our colon balance workout, as I said, the ceramic class, the watercolor class, the canvas making. All these things are going to be coming back better than ever. And we do know that the bowling has been able to continue because that's done off-site. The bocce will resume. I expect that by the time we get back, we'll probably miss 6 weeks of bocce. But I have to think back to last year because of the winter we had. We actually did miss 6 weeks of bocce.
Yeah,
so, you know, at this point in time, as this show is, you know, I'm expecting that, you know, we won't run into major issues. There are some issues now with the roof, but they will be overcome. And I'm hoping to get back there before the end of January. So I just want folks to be aware that everything that we have offered in the past are coming back.
Right. I'd like to introduce, there's a couple of veterans, like you mentioned, veterans, Paul. There's a veteran down at the senior center. One is Sal Santoro, who's 102 years old in February, but I'm going to go into that in a few minutes. The other one is Morris. So he was one of the youngest veterans of World War II, while Sal Santoro was one of the oldest. But I would like to say this to the people of Revere. On February the 4th at the senior center, and I hope we'll be back at the senior center by February the 4th, Sal is going to be celebrating his 102nd birthday, folks. That's right, 102nd, one of the oldest World War II veterans. We would like to see the city of Revere to make a good showing. You don't have to come down for lunch, but you have to come down and respect him and salute him for it. So on February the 4th, come on downtown to Senior Center and give Sal Santoro the biggest salute he ever got, because at 102, you're not young anymore. And thank you.
Yeah, and getting back, that's it. We're kind of moving back and forth, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Getting back to the senior center and the activities, I mentioned some of the activities, but we had a lady who has been trying to start up a mahjong club. We have 4 names, and she'd like to get at least a couple of more. So if you
What's
are
that
out,
lady's name?
I can't remember her name. That you got me on that one.
Anyway.
I didn't
No, it's not Marge Young.
Oh, Chinese woman. Okay, now I know
Yeah,
who you're talking
That's
about.
not politically correct. But in any event, if you are a mahjong player and you're watching this show and you're interested in joining and becoming part of the mahjong club, if you will, call 781-286-8156. The other thing that we're trying to start in conjunction with the Revere Library, thank you to Kevin Sheehan, is that we will be having a book club, a senior book club, and we've got about 5 or 6 people signed up for that. And that's something different that has never been offered from what I understand. And so if you're interested in joining a book club, we need some more people to join that, and we'd love to have you. If you're a senior, like Paul's a senior, right?
Exactly.
But Paul's a talented senior. I mean, he actually came down and played the bugle.
Right.
Trumpet.
For-
I played
I'm
the
sorry,
trumpet.
Paul.
The Star Spangled Banner.
He's played the Star Spangled Banner because every day, you know Morris.
I definitely,
You know
I've
him.
seen him, yep.
Every day at 11 o'clock at the Senior Center, okay, we salute the flag.
Flags, right.
Yep, we do our Pledge of Allegiance, and we're very patriotic and proud of USA. And Paul was nice enough to bring his instrument down, and
And he did a beautiful job with it.
fantastic, fantastic job, yeah. So we'd like to have him back, certainly.
Right. I would like to get back, if I may, on one more thing.
Sure.
Okay. Speaking about Sal Santoro, now I call Sal, and I have a friend of mine, and I believe, Paul, you were there, so this is the truth. There's a 4-star general by the name of Gregory Martin. Does it ring a bell?
Yes.
I called him up and I said, you know, Sal is going to be 102. Is there a chance that you could call him on his birthday and wish him a happy birthday? And general, and he's a 4-star general. He was head of the whole European Theater Air Command, Air Force, but in charge of the whole European Theater. He says, I'd love to call Sal. So I gave him your number, 8156, and I says, call him like around 12 and 12:30 when we're having the lunch there, and wish Sal a happy birthday, and he said he would do that.
Fantastic.
And that was nice. The only thing is, I hope we're back there by February the 4th.
Well, if not, he will talk to somebody in the office, and we'll try to get him to call one of our cell
Yeah,
numbers.
so was somebody at the office that
Oh, we have somebody at the office
Oh,
every day.
okay.
Yeah,
Good enough.
we have to. I mean, let's face it, Santa, and Morris knows this, and Paul is aware of this, is that, that phone number, 781-286-8156, is so important and ingrained in seniors' minds to call for lunch reservations a day ahead, to call for the shuttle service and make a reservation. So we've had to retain somebody in the office, which is great, which is fine,
Definitely.
which is fine. And so I think that's a good service we provide, and we have been able to communicate with our own cell phones as well.
Oh, one thing, you mentioned Morris. He also has a twin brother, Norris, who I have met. Morris is, yeah, they don't get along together.
Well, I have a revelation here, and being senior clause, I kind of know this. Not only does Morris have a twin named Norris, Paul has a twin. His name is Saul.
Right.
So you have Paul and Saul Amirault. They look exactly alike. You would never know who's who.
Yep. I would like to
That's
say,
something new. But
I've been told that people have seen Morris and Paul walking down the street, but it really wasn't them. It was Norris and Saul.
Ah,
Right,
okay.
you know.
Norris and Saul. So
Let me just put it. The only thing I would like to say about the senior center, when Morris plays the music there, and
Yes.
it's not easy sometimes because many years ago we didn't have the computer, and Morris just learned the computer not too long ago, but he does fairly good with it. Not perfect, but fairly good. So I wish the seniors at the senior center would not yell a little at him whether it's too loud or too low, because he tries to keep everybody happy.
That's
And you're
right.
not going to keep everybody happy when you have 100 people. So I'm not going.
Right.
So he's not going to satisfy everyone. So I
Yeah.
just want you to know that at the senior
and-
center, be nice to your volunteers.
And I just want to, can I just segue?
Go ahead,
for a
go
minute?
ahead, yeah.
Speaking of music, okay, now, as people know out there, especially seniors who attend the senior center, every month we have a special monthly luncheon, and for the last 19 months, we have had some really good entertainment. Singers, people, the singing grandpops, Joey Canzano, the Senior Tones, Johnny Costanzo. I mean, I could go on, and Carol
Can you
Lasseri.
mention the one that's coming up? You don't have to mention the date yet, the one that Joey of many...
Well, we have two coming up, and by the time this airs, people, this is what I was going towards.
Go right ahead, Sam.
January 21st, and it's right here. I have it. We have a man who I've contacted, and his name is Ron Goldman. He's a vocalist and plays a guitar. He's not from around here, and he's going to be a first-time entertainer at the Senior Center. But a real coup has been obtaining the performance of Joey Voices.
That's the one.
Now, Joey Voices does singing impressionists as well as comedian impressions. And Morris visited me, and we watched Joey Voices on YouTube.
Right.
I mean, he did Rodney Dangerfield, he did Barbara Streisand, he sang like Frank Sinatra, he does over
Neil
100.
Diamond, he sang Sweet Caroline.
He
I
did.
didn't even know it was him. I thought it was Neil Diamond doing it.
Yeah.
what date have you got?
So-
You got a date for him? or-
Yeah, it's in February. I believe it's the 18th. But I want people to be aware, if you're a senior out there, you need to let us know at the office that you will be coming for lunch on the 21st. I hope that we are back at our regular place, but if not, like the Christmas party that we recently had, and we know this is in
That
January.
was last year.
That was last year in 2015 on December 17th. We had Mark and Jennifer Emery, who
Right.
provided some
Excellent.
great Christmas music, and we had a beautiful Christmas dinner. We had chicken cordon bleu,
Wow.
we had rice, we had mixed vegetables, we had cranberry sauce, we had dinner rolls, we had a beautiful Christmas cake. So we always have a great time, and it only costs $4. Only once every month it costs $4. $1.50 towards lunch, $2.50 towards the entertainment, for a total of $4. You don't see things like that in other senior centers. They all charge over $10 or more.
Okay, we just got a couple of minutes left, so Paul, take about a half a minute or so to wrap it up.
You know, it's funny how, of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. And that was a saying by my first wife, and I miss her too. She's already passed. But anyhow, to me, the senior center provides a great place for the seniors and the whole staff of that senior center. As Steve has pointed out many times, their main concern is for the seniors, and it's wonderful.
Excuse me, that's senior class. Steve couldn't be with us today, but
Well,
I know
senior class, I'm sorry.
Right.
I did
Steve,
screw up.
no, Steve did try to make it, but he couldn't, so senior class came in.
I understand.
It's the voice. The voice is
Yeah,
similar, you know.
It is the voice.
Well, you're very good at imitating him, I'll say that.
Well, anyway, like I say, that's one of the reasons that I've actually started to learn how to play Happy Birthday, and that's for Sal.
Good.
You know, because you don't hit 102 a year every time. And I hope we have transportation to get him there.
We'll get him one way or the other, we'll get
Sal
him.
takes the shuttle every day, every time he
So
comes.
we're all set for that.
Right.
And make sure that he does come to us, and rather than going to, he also goes to the one on the
Right.
hill there.
Thank you, Paul. So I just want to wrap it up before I turn it over to you, seniors. Say thank you all for listening. God bless you all, and God bless our troops and senior class. The rest is up to you.
I just want to say, I want to thank you as seniors out there for being patient, making sure that you realize that we're trying to make you the most comfortable that you can be, because you deserve it. And thank you for this transition from the senior center to the Mottola Post. Please keep in mind that we will be going back with the same programs, services, activities, and we will continue to provide good meals, entertainment, and just try to come up with new innovative programs that will make us attract more people. And the only other thing I want to add, every senior out there is invited to the senior center, no matter what their race is, their religion, their ethnicity. We welcome everybody, and we hope that seniors pull in other seniors. You have to be advocates as well.
Right, thank you for inviting me, and have a happy, healthy New Year.
You too. Thank
And
you,
the
Paul.
same. Thank you.
Paul.
Thank you, and happy, and all that.
Thank you.
You give my regards to both Norris and Saul.
Right, and I'll also give Morris your regards.
I will, thank you.
Okay.